What's up? I am back. I am your host, Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media. Good Saturday evening, and we are talking NFL divisional playoffs. The AFC divisional game just wrapped up. The first one on today. The Houston Texans, the 4th seed, at the number 1 seed Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore, and it was a tale of two halves. This game was actually knotted 10-10 at halftime, and the second half was a totally, again, like I said, tale of two tapes. Before we talk about my thoughts on this, my reaction, make sure you come in, share this to your social media platforms. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channels. That is TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SportzHustle. Here on YouTube, make sure you like and follow TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle on Facebook. Again, well, the Ravens are in the AFC Championship game with a dominant performance in that second half, 34-10. Miss Toria Williams, a Ravens fan, her and her husband, Mr. Williams, she says, I told you the Colts would get in their tails, Miss Toria, and you were correct. He definitely did that. And I know you. Thank God it's over. Hubby was screaming at the TV the whole game. Hey, Miss Tori, you know how we get with our sports now. You know, so you should be used to it. Make sure. I guess I would say invest in some earplugs. Get some earplugs when you know that the Ravens are playing. But congratulations to, I know Mr. Williams is happy. Tell him I said hello. And yeah, I was wrong. I did pick the Texans to win this game. But in my gut, I did feel like the Ravens probably was going to pull this out. Again, final score 34-10. Second half, it was all Baltimore. They had, I believe, 3 drives in the second half, and they scored on all of them, and they were long drives. The first drive, Lamar Jackson, 15-yard touchdown run. That was a 12-play, 88-yard drive, I believe. Then the second drive, that was another long drive. That was a TD pass to Isaiah Likely that got the score for the Ravens on that. And then their third drive was a Lamar Jackson 8-yard touchdown run. That was 11 plays, 78 yards. And this game, that was a wrap. The Baltimore defense, they put the lockdown on the Houston Texans offense, and this game was done. The Texans had a nice run, but Baltimore was just too much on both sides of the football. Lamar Jackson, what can you say about that young fella? The MVP again. You know, he won the MVP in 2019. He obviously is the MVP again. I mean, you look at his numbers. He was 16 of 22, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. He had 11 rushes for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns running. He was the offense. The Ravens rushed for roughly almost 250 yards, 229 yards rushing. That is the key to this team's, but their offense. They can run the football, and if you can run the football, guess what? You can control the clock. And that means that you're giving that other offense, they're not getting a lot of opportunities to score. Again, their 3 touchdown drives in the second half. One took up 7 minutes, another one took up like 6 minutes, and another one took up like 6.5 minutes. There you go, right there. That was the ball game. So again, the AFC, Miss Toria says, now we got your Green Bay, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox. He's going to root for your team. Mr. Williams is a good man. Oh, speaking of which, I'm glad you said that, Miss Toria. Let me put on. It's time to go ahead and, you know what? It's time to get dressed. It's time to get dressed. You hear me? It is time to get dressed. I got that. I got my mug. And then, too, by the way, I wasn't going to say it, but, you know, yesterday was my born day. I won't tell my age. I'll let you guess it. Yesterday was my born day. Capricorns in the house. We ended it yesterday. But what would it be to have my Green Bay Packers to win tonight? to celebrate my born day weekend. Wouldn't that be a lovely thing? And that's what I am rooting for. Will it happen? Ooh, the football side of me, I'm taking my fandom out of this. The football side of me is saying it's going to be tough to beat those Niners in San Fran. And be honest with you, the history that we have with the 49ers the last couple of years, they have been a thorn in our you-know-what. But I'm thinking that Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, what's Love got to do with it? Maybe they would think about, say, hey, as a brother that does sports on social media, he had a born day on Friday, the January the 19th. He was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in Milwaukee County. Wisconsin born, Texas raised, with all these Cowboys and Texans fans down here. But there's quite a few Packers fans in Texas too, by the way, believe it or not. You'd probably be shocked, but there's a lot of Packers fans here in Texas. I found quite a few. So maybe, just maybe we can carry that. Like I'm playing for the Packers. Maybe the Packers can carry that magic that they had this past Sunday at AT&T out to San Francisco. So we're gonna see what happens. But again, that game kicks off here in about 30 minutes. It is, again, that's the second game tonight on Fox, and my computer is tripping. I'm trying to pull up a comment, and I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Miss Toria says, did you see that fool with no shirt on in the stands? It's 19 degrees here in Pennsylvania, and be more. He will be sick tomorrow. Good point, Miss Toria. And not to change the subject, I was reading an article a couple of days, maybe 2 days, maybe yesterday or the day before, when that Kansas City and who did Kansas City play? The Kansas City game. I can't remember now. I'm having lost of memory. It was like 34 people from Arrowhead had to be taken to the hospital for hypothermia, because if you don't remember, last weekend, that Chiefs game, it was the fourth coldest game in NFL history. But it had to be like 34 people taken to the hospital for hypothermia because it was really cold last weekend when the Chiefs played. Who did the Chiefs play last week? I cannot remember. I don't know why that's slipping my mind. But anyway, back to this game. The Ravens move on. They are in the AFC Championship game. They will face the winner of the Chiefs and the Bills, who play. That's the Chiefs are the 3 seed. The Bills are the 2 seed. They play tomorrow. They are I believe they are the late game. They're the 5:30 game, 6:30 game tomorrow. And then we have the NFC game. We have the Lions hosting the Buccaneers. They are the 3 p.m. game, and I believe they're on NBC. So we could technically have an NFC North division matchup in the NFC Championship, because I think the Lions will beat the Buccaneers. If my Packers can go into San Fran in a few minutes and pull off the upset. Again, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen, and we'll see what happens. So I just want to jump in here right again just to give my thoughts on this game. I think the Ravens, they are a complete team. Offensively, man, it goes through Lamar. That's the one thing, though. If you can shut down Lamar, you can shut down their offense. The Texans weren't able to do that. You remember I was saying earlier, if you watched my live earlier, I was saying that the Texans would need to figure out how to pinch, make Lamar stay inside. Pinch when you rush him, pinch him down, make him stay inside. And then, because if you get outside, then you're in trouble. But heck, he did some damage between the tackles, because both those touchdown runs he had were between the tackles. They weren't outside. So I think the Texans defense got tired, because those long drives, they were on the field a long time. So right. Miss Tori says Chiefs and Bills. Yep, that's at 6:30. That's tomorrow night. Another rematch of that's a divisional game. It's a rematch of the AFC Championship from a few years ago. That game is in Buffalo. Don't know what the weather is going to be like there tomorrow. I'm sure it's not going to be. It wasn't that bad last weekend. They were able to move all that snow off of the field. Actually, it was colder in Kansas City than it was in Buffalo, because they did have to originally moved that Buffalo game. They in Pittsburgh, they moved it from Sunday to Monday due to Mother Nature. So there you have it. And so that's the late game tomorrow on CBS. Miss Toria is hooking me up. And then I just didn't know who was showing it, but I remember the games. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Lions. That's a 3 p.m. game on NBC. Again, we could possibly have an NFC division rival showdown in the NFC Championship game if the Packers can beat the 49ers and the Lions can beat the Buccaneers. Wouldn't that be something? Packers at the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens with that. That's what we got to look forward to. Miss Toria says the fans moved that snow. They paid them $20 an hour in food. You know, matter of fact, they do a lot of that in a lot of these cold weather stadiums. Green Bay, they do the same thing. I believe Kansas City as well. They do the same thing. They'll pay fans to come in and shovel snow and all that stuff. So again, great dominant performance by this Ravens in the second half. Again, this game was a tale of two halves. The Texans hung in there, had this game tied up 10-10 at halftime. Second half, Ravens, like Miss Toria says, Jim Harbaugh must have went in there. He said something to them because they came out and they scored on all three of their drives, and they were long drives. And I think that wore the Houston defense out. So again, we're getting ready to see Green Bay at San Fran, and we rooting for Green Bay. My fandom is rooting for Green Bay, but the football side of me is saying that probably the 49ers is going to win this game. But maybe we got some more magic in that bottle. Maybe we left a little bit in that magic from when we put that 48-piece. I'm saying we like I played. We put that 48-piece on the Cowboys. Miss Toria says Ray Lewis was there and Peyton Manning. Yeah, I heard Troy Aikman and Joe Buck said that Peyton was there. He and his brother probably were doing, because you know they do that simulcast where they do on ESPN where they do their own football, whatever, you know, their own telecast. So he probably was there, and I'm not surprised Ray was there. Again, Ravens waiting on the winner of the Chiefs and the Bills game for the AFC Championship. So again, I'm going to let you guys go so you can get ready to watch the Packers at the Niners, as well as myself. Don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That is TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SportzHustle. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers on my personal YouTube channel. I need 16 and almost there for watch hours. So go check out there, watch some of the videos, watch them, share them to your social media platforms. TFG Sports Media, we almost at 2,900 subscribers. Just need the watch hours there. So go watch videos, share to your social media platforms so we can start getting these channels monetized. And this is my passion. I love sports. And so I just want to give it to you. I know it's a whole lot of people in the social media world that does sports and all that. I know that. But I want to be your source. I want to be your source. I want to entertain, but I also want to give you the info. I ain't here to be doing all this reality show stuff that you see on YouTube with a lot of you enjoy the game too, Miss Toria. Thank you. That you see a lot of and I ain't throwing no shade. Everybody got their own way to do it, but that ain't me. I ain't here to be going after other creators, and you know, that ain't my thing. I'm just here to entertain you, but also really just talk sports. So again, Packers, 49ers, they about to kick off in a few minutes. I'll probably be jumping back on at half just to kind of get my first half reaction to that. Again, make sure you like this, share it to your social media platforms, and subscribe to the channels TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. So enjoy the Packers-Niners game. We will see you on the other side. I am out. Peace.